Our 20th Texas Lutheran Athletics Salute to Seniors interview is with Kedrick Ward, a senior cornerback for the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs football team. Kedrick, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Kedrick, what have you been up to since all this pandemic broke out and you guys had to finish up the spring? Of course, you finished up your senior year of football in the fall, but tell us what you've been up to since all this kind of broke out, and what have you been doing, I guess, as you finished up in the spring, and what have you been doing this summer?
Well, since we got sent home for the spring, I didn't do much but stay at home and finish my classes. And for the summer, I've just been pretty much working and hanging around the house with the coronavirus. You know, we can't really go too much, can't go to many places. So, yeah, I just been at home and working.
And we've had some big things happen in our world, in our society, with not only the coronavirus, but a lot of focus on racial injustice and the deaths of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. And as an athlete, as a Black athlete at Texas Lutheran, what has that been like for you, and what have you seen from your community in that time?
Well, at Texas Lutheran, being a part of the team, since I've been playing for the football team, you know, we've been always a family, you know, since we had Coach Gus come in as our coach. We've been pretty close as a group, hanging out with each other and all that. I think I bonded with like a lot of other people on campus and stuff like that. But far as like the incidents that's happened like recently with the George Floyd and all that, you know, it's devastating, you know, to see like things like that still happening. But I just hope that for the future we can, you know, grow from it, and that, you know, stuff like that, we don't have to worry about things like that, you know. And with TLU, I know Dr. Cottrell, she's been talking about like plans to help move forward and push for equality within the community. So I know I'm hoping to see like in the fall, like, you know, TLU pushed, you know, to I guess for equal rights for everyone in all communities.
Have you had discussions among your teammates and among your coaches? I know you're not, I guess, technically on the team anymore, but what has that been like? What have those discussions been like as we've gone through this period of time?
Well, since the season, I haven't got to talk to my coaches. I was planning to call them. I'm gonna call them this week. Now that, you know, you remind me, I need to talk to them. But I talked to some of my players. You know, I stay with one of my players, so, you know, we hang out a lot and we talk about things like this. Some of the seniors, Manny, Didi, we like hang out, so we talk about issues like this in like ways like, you know, we can help move forward. Some of the coaches we even had, like, that's not coaching anymore, like, I talk to them about things like this. So yeah, it's you know, it's a real thing, and, you know, it's exciting to have like some people around you that's pushing for like the same positive, you know, output, you know.
Let's talk a little bit about your career. You were a starter. We talked a little bit off the air about how you were wearing the jersey number 21 for the most of your career. When you got moved up to varsity your freshman year, you were briefly in 22. But you saw some action in that freshman year, and I think you even made a few starts in that freshman year as you started to see some action. What was that freshman year like for you, and how did that set it up for the rest of your career moving forward?
Well, you know, freshman year is tough because, you know, you want to come in and start and play immediately. You think, you know, you're ready. But I had to sit on the bench for a while, and then a couple times I didn't get to travel, and then I got to travel last few games, and then the last game I got to start, and in that game I caught an interception, and you know, I did pretty good in that game, and even though we didn't get to win, but, you know, I think I did all right. And after that, I've been able to continue to move on forward from that. And that's been pushing me to, you know, to set my goal and my standard. And and continue to, improve myself year in, year out after that.
You ended up playing 34 career games for TLU and intercepting 7 passes. Ended up scoring 2 touchdowns, 1 on an interception return in a road game at Hardin-Simmons in 2018, and then this past year in a big shutout win at home over Southwestern. You took a fumble return and scored a touchdown to get the Bulldogs on the board in that shutout victory over Southwestern. Ended your career with 118 total tackles, 7 interceptions for 56 yards, and playing in 34 career games. What do you remember most about your career at TLU? Of course, you guys had an outstanding season this past year, going 8-2 and 8-1 in the very tough American Southwest Conference. When you think about your career, what stands out to you as you remember it?
The growth we've had. I know we had like a big change, and after that change with the new coach that we brought in and the new staff, we was able to like grow and learn from each other. We got to get used to our coaches, and they got to get used to us. So we was able to learn from each other and able, to come up with ideas and we was able to learn their system and be able to play it, effectively on the field and be able to produce. It was exciting. It was fun. Just remembering like how we was able to come from our sophomore year to now. It was, we seem exciting to see like the finish we was able to have at the end. Although we weren't able to win the conference, but we was able to come second place. So, we feel like we was able to accomplish a lot with the coaches we had and the players that we had on the team.
I remember the Hardin-Simmons game up in Abilene, and you had you got called for targeting in that game, and that's such a tough call that the official has to make. It's tough on the official, it's tough on you, and they had to review it, and they determined that you had to sit out that second half. And I know that was a very tough moment for you. You had to go to the locker room. You had to wait in that locker room while your guys were trying to knock off the number 6 team in the country. You guys were ahead at the time. And what was that experience like, sitting in that locker room? And I remember you coming out of the locker room after the game was over, and you were as excited as anybody on the field. Take me through that game and your experiences and your range of emotions in that contest.
Yeah, it was a lot of emotions running at that time. Because I think it happened early in the second quarter. So at the time I was mad or whatever. I had to go back in the locker room, and then after I calmed down, I was like, you know what, we got it. The team got it. And I wasn't worried at all. And so I had to watch it on a little TV in the locker room. And so I'm sitting there watching it with one of the ladies from the Hardin-Simmons team, and Daniel, the safety on our team, he caught an interception. He ran it back for a touchdown, and I was like, yeah, I started running around, excited. And that was right before halftime. So when they came in at halftime, I'm just shaking everybody's hand like, yeah, y'all got this. We finna win this. Like, I knew we had it from then. So I told them, don't worry about me. They was like, we're gonna win it for you. I was like, oh, I'm not worried. I know y'all got it. So yeah, I just sat back, in the locker room, watched it. It was exciting. It was tough, but our defense came through. Our offense came through. Like, yeah, that was a good team win right there.
You had a couple of more defensive touchdowns. What were you doing when Manny Longoria returned the fumble, and what were you doing when Jackson Worley picked off that final pass and took it into the end zone?
Just in the locker room back there screaming and yelling. I was just back to just excited. I was like, yeah, we got it.
As soon as the horn sounds, as soon as the game's over, are you able to run onto the field? Are you able to get out there and celebrate with the guys? I remember seeing you on the field afterwards, but what was that like?
Well, it was like afterwards, after they was able to all come off, everybody was just like, they hugged me, I was just going to hug players, like, like, hey, y'all did good, because, after they was able to come off, and it was just exciting to be able to just see them again, congratulate the coaches, just tell them, hey, thank you for winning this, because I knew they was going to be able to do it.
Carl Gustafson was your head coach for the last 3 years of your career, and he made that sudden announcement to retire. I don't know if anybody really had a clue that he was going to go ahead and retire, but it always struck me how you guys, after he told you, y'all all lined up, and he lined up with you to to say something to each of you, and you to them or you to him. And what was that like, saying goodbye to Coach Gus? Because he obviously meant a lot to a whole lot of you guys.
Oh yeah, he did. He did. It was good, to see. It was good to see that he finished off with, on top. He had his last few years, and he was like, all right, I did it. Like he finished off, at a good standing. It was tough to see him leave. He was a great coach, having him around. But they got an exciting new coach coming in with Coach Myers, so the energy, everybody's excited and ramped up, so that energy is gonna keep on continuing on. And I know, the players for this upcoming season, they was pretty excited and ready for this season to come on. But with this pandemic, it's like we don't know where it's gonna go. And we're supposed to have the barbecue because normally, like at the end of the season, we meet again to talk to the coaches again and have like a team bonding. But with the pandemic, we haven't even got to do that. So it's like, yeah. But as long as we still get to talk to them, like through phones and stuff, so it's pretty good that we can still communicate with them. But it was tough seeing him leave, but it's exciting with a lot of energy with Coach Mike, because he was our defensive coordinator these past 3 years, and a lot of people love him. He get people pretty riled up. So yeah, it's exciting for this upcoming season.
When you're sitting in that room and hearing Coach Gus saying he's retiring, are you thinking that this is Coach Mott's job? Are you excited about the possibility that Coach Mott's going to be in? Of course, then Dr. Cottrell makes the announcement right then that Coach Mott will be the guy. What was the thinking of yourself, and I guess a lot of the team members as you're sitting there watching that?
I think a lot of team members was excited for knowing that Coach Gus leaving, that we have somebody we trust and understand the system. That'll be able to back the players up and be able to continue to grow, because he's part of the family. As a team, we grow, we get to learn each other. We become a family, we bond. So it's like we got another family member in there leading us. So he know the plan, he know the right direction to take us. So now they all amped up and excited. Like, okay, we got Coach Myers. Like we have fun with Coach Gus. It's like it's sad to see him go. It's like now we got Coach Myers, so it's like let's continue to go. So yeah, it's a lot of energy in the locker room.
How would you describe Coach Mott's defense, the 3-4 defense that he installed when he became defensive coordinator? And what is that 3-4 defense like for you as a corner?
The 3-4 defense, I like it. I like it a lot. I played it some in my high school, and when he came in, we was able to switch to it. It was a difference. It was a little bit different because we have 4 linebackers now with 3D line, but we was able to rotate a lot more and move a lot faster. I felt the defense was more balanced in the 3-4, and we was able to communicate with our safety and corner and outside linebacker. It was always on one page and able to get in our right position where we need to go. His defense was pretty sound. We liked it. We enjoyed playing it. We was able to have fun doing it. So we trust it, and we hope that he continue to run the same defense.
Who was the linebacker you were talking to most of the time? Was that Dede or was that Keyshawn? Who was that?
Dede was the middle linebacker, so he'll talk sometimes, but he on the other side, so I ain't get to talk to him too much. He had to worry about the middle. I talked to Keyshawn. Keyshawn was one of the outside linebackers. I talked to Derek Dunn. He was the other outside linebacker. We always be on cue. Most of the time, the safety giving us the call, so we just looking at each other and we got it. So whatever they giving us, we ready to play it. So it was just fun to, being out there, being able to trust each other, and not have to think too much, and just going out there playing full speed and just having fun going after the ball.
Now, you were able to play in an AllStar game this past January. Is that correct?
Yes.
And tell me about that experience. What was the game? Where was it? And what was that experience like?
Yeah, it was the HBCU Spirit of America Bowl game. We had it. It was in Virginia. The game was in Salem, Virginia, but we stayed in a hotel right outside. I forgot the name of the city. But yeah, we played. We had a combine. We practiced. We had 3 practices, and then we played in the game. The practice, I think we played practice Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it had rain, so we didn't get to practice on. We didn't get to practice on Friday, but we practiced Thursday. Yeah, we practiced Wednesday, Thursday. Didn't get to practice Friday because it rained, and then we played Sunday. So yeah, we had a banquet Saturday and we played Sunday. So yeah, it was fun being able to play against the players from all different schools, because it was players from Division I, Division II, and Division III. So being able to play against people from, different areas, different states, it was exciting. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I could tell a lot of players around it, they had fun doing it. The practices, we all had like a lot of positive energy around. You could tell that we all enjoyed and loved the game, and was able to go out there and be able to play in the bowl game for one more time in college. You never know another game you're gonna get, so it's just exciting to to just be out there and have fun with other players. And I enjoyed it.
That's great. We're so glad that you were able to have that opportunity. You're going to have one more semester here at TLU. You're going to finish up your degree in December, a business administration and finance major. I remember when I was a senior a long time ago, the question I always hated was, what are you going to do after you graduate? So I'm going to give you that dreaded question. What are you going to do once you get that diploma?
Well, I started thinking about it a lot. I've been looking into internships. I'm gonna try to find an internship in my field and just go from there and see if I like it, how it's go. Because I haven't got to do too much with football. Like I haven't been able to get a lot of work with what I want to do. But recently, I've been looking more into it and working on like what I'm gonna do next. I was gonna look at a few internships. So I'm gonna probably do one of those and go back home, maybe try to find a job and move on from there. Because it's some people at TLU that we work with through the career development center that help us get to our next steps.
Well, Kedrick, we can't thank you enough for visiting with us today, and thank you for your career and for your career as a student athlete. You've been a joy to watch with the Bulldogs. I know the times I would, prepare the season previews for the defense, and we talk about the defense, and cornerback was always, we always had a lot of fluctuation before you got there, and you really settled that position down. We could always rely on you for 3.5 years of being at that corner position. So it was always a comfort knowing going into the game that you were there. You were there at the corner, at one of the corner spots. And we thank you for your time and for your career as a Bulldog. And we wish you well and continued success as you get that degree.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Kedrick. Take care.
All right. You have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.